Okay, so I'm just going to start by applying my foundation. This is the KBC Mineral Foundation. I'm using G300 and just a dab of G400. I just really like to mix my colors. Okay, and then I'm just going to start priming everything. So I'm going to prime my lips and I'm going to prime my eyelids. And if you watch my videos, you've seen me use this product before. It's the Stilla Lush Lips Water Plumping Primer. And then I'm going to take my KBC Shadow Cling in Earthy. And I'm just going to press it onto my lid. Eye primer on your lid for your shadows is you're giving your shadows something to kind of cling to. If you just put it onto the skin, it's not going to really have anything to stick to, and so it's going to fade throughout the day and also flake down onto your under eyes and make your concealer in your under eyes look a lot darker. If you don't feel like buying a eye primer, you can also just use like your foundation or your concealer. Okay, once that's done, I'm going to go ahead and jump in and do my eyebrows real quick. Okay, once your brows are on, we're going to go in with a, this is a Sigma E35, but it's just like a taupe color. And this is a MAC shadow, I believe. And we're going to take it and we're just going to buff it into our crease. And then we're going to go in with just a lighter, you could use a white or a cream color, and we're just going to go above the that crease into the brow bone. I almost forgot it what it was called there for a second. Okay, then I'm going to go in with this KBC Shadow Burst Pigments in Skin Deep. And this is kind of just like a earthy pink color. We're just going to press this onto our lid. In with this bronzy color. This is Shadow by MAC. I'll see if I can get them listed, if I can get them out of the palette. And we're just going to take it into the crease. And this is going to kind of give us that rose gold eye, especially when mixing it with that KBC pigment. Okay, and then we're going to go in with that tapered blending, and we're just going to blend all of these edges so they are not harsh. When it comes to eyeshadow, I know it's one of the hardest things for people to actually accomplish in makeup, but it's actually really easy. You're just building your colors, and you have to make sure that you are blending all of these edges so you don't have just that harsh cut line of shadow. Okay, now we're going to go in with that lighter kind of white creamy color, and we're going to go back in and touch up the inner corners. Bronze color, and let's just take it underneath the eye. If it gets messy, because we're gonna go in and we're gonna clean it up. Like right now, I look like a crazy person. Okay, so I'm going to take my Nars concealer and I'm going to go ahead and apply it under my eye. I'm running out. I need to go get some more. And you can apply your concealer on any other places that you would like to highlight or brighten. And this is going to help clean up all that fallout that we had with our shadow. And take a little bit of my Pro Longwear too. I love applying my Pro Longwear onto my Nars concealer, because the Nars concealer is, you know, a little bit thick consistency, which can of course tend to crease up if you're, you know, not careful. So putting this Pro Longwear kind of helps loosen it up, and it keeps it on so much longer because you're using that Pro Longwear. But I don't like just using the Pro Longwear by itself, because to me it gets a little dry. And with a mini beauty blender, we're just going to blend all of that concealer out. Here I'm just showing you that I'm using the Lumi highlighter pen just to give it a little bit more of a bright highlight. Okay, once you have all that blended out, let's go ahead and go in. I use the Airspun loose powder, and I'm just going to go in and I'm just going to set that concealer. And I'm just going to buff in a little bit more of that bronze. Set my face with my powder and contour. I'm going to go in and contour with my Smashbox Contour palette. I've spoken about it before, but I absolutely love this palette. I just really like the colors in it, and that there's only 3, and it's very simple. My hair is getting crazy. It's one of those days where you like put dry shampoo in it so much that it's like, girl, you need to wash me. I love that contouring like gives you instant bone structure. Tap a little on the forehead. You see how my face is like actually starting to have some shape now, instead of just being one big color. You know that darker spot right here on your inner eye? When you're contouring and you want just a small brush like this, that way, you know, you can get in very slightly. But you just want to start with that and then just work it down a little bit. And you don't want to have too much product on your brush. That way you can add, you know, as needed. And then this lighter color right here, I'm going to take it and go down the middle of my nose. And this color is like almost like a yellowish color. So it's really good for highlight. And I'm just going to press it onto my nose. And it just helps define that contour that you just did. I'm going to bronze just a little bit more. It's the Give Me Sun, the Mineralizing Powder by MAC. It's just my favorite. Like, I just love that glow that it gives. Just kind of instantly, like, warms up your face. Okay, now I'm going to take the Benefit Rockateur, hopefully. Anyways, it's just this kind of like pink sheer color. I'm going to take this brush. This is just Duo Fiber by Sigma. I'm just going to work it into this and then tap off the excess, and then I'm just going to apply it onto the apples of my cheeks. We're going to add just a tiny bit of highlight. This is just Opal by Becca. We're just going to lightly dust it right here on the top of that cheekbone and then go round up a little bit. This just helps give that extra pop to that cheekbone, and then also, you know, the light bounces off of it and it just looks really pretty. Gonna put a tiny bit on our nose, and I try to do just the middle of my nose and not the tip of my nose, especially like if you're, I've said this before, but if you're taking pictures, you don't want that light to reflect off your nose, you know, and ruin the picture that way. But if you're just not taking pictures and you're just going out, you know, then that's completely fine. But if you know you're going to be in pictures, try to avoid the tip of your nose. And I'm just going to add just a tiny bit. You can wing it out, of course, as much as you want, but I'm just going to add just a tiny bit. This is the MAC lip liner in Soar. Okay, and then I'm going to go in with this KBC lip gloss, and I'm actually not sure of the color, but I will try and list it down below. One second. Okay guys, and here is my rose gold look. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will be listing all of these products down below, so you can look them up and see if you like them. But I hope you enjoyed this look. I hope it was easy for you, and if you have any requests, just leave them down below. Thanks guys. Bye.